I'm your host, Rafael Chidas, the host of the Full Wheel Podcast. Joining me today once again, my buddy, my guest, all the way from Canada, Ryan Dempsey. I don't know how else to introduce
Hey,
you.
yo.
Hey, what the hell? Razor's my guy. He stole my thing. That's my thing. What's going on, Ryan?
Living the dream. Another fun Monday evening spent with you watching some old school wrestling.
Yeah. So, right off the bat, go ahead and bring up Raw, September 28th, 1998. The Raw after the last one we did. We did Breakdown in Your House, 1998. So now we're doing the Raw after, which is a monumental Raw. And it's just a continuation of the craziness that was going on the day before. If you guys don't remember, it was a triple threat match between Austin, Undertaker, and Kane, where Kane and Undertaker could only pin Austin, and Austin could pin either one of them. It was part of McMahon's master plan to get the title off of Austin, which he did. He leaves the show with the title. Go back and check that episode out in our archives, The Return of Ryan, or Breakdown in Your House, 1998.
I like The Return of Ryan. That sounds a lot better.
I should have named it that. Too late. It's a week old.
Damn it. Right, I'm out, guys. I'll see you in 6 months.
Yeah, right. He's like, hey, something came up. What came up? I just gotta go. Sorry, bye.
Yeah, it's got to go.
The Rock, Mankind, and Shamrock are in action, in some kind of action this week. They were in a triple threat cage match, or steel cage match.
Yeah, that triple threat cage match, which is, I think we both agreed that was one of the best cage matches we'd seen in a long time,
especially for being a triple threat cage match.
Yeah,
that's always kind of throws a wrench into it. It's like, well, it's going to be tough to make it look believable when there's three guys in there,
right?
And there's different ways of winning. And haven't in recent years they've taken away the pinning submission, haven't they? Or is that still part of it?
It used to. I want to say it used to be back at the NWA days. You could do pin submission or escape. And then I think they just kind of got rid of it to make it escape only for the longest time in WWF, just to kind of more action of having to escape the cage. And then they would just throw in the random matches here and there where you could do pinfall or submission. I think they do it from time to time now, but it's, like I said, it's one of those like really rare occurrences.
Mm-hmm. Brett is the one that played the angle where his leg got stuck, right? Or was that Owen? In the cage. Or am I thinking of something else?
I remember Owen and Brett in their cage match. Owen got his leg stuck.
And that's how Brett escaped?
And that's how Brett escaped,
yeah. That's what I'm remembering.
He was hanging upside down and Brett climbed out, yeah.
Dominic Mysterio last week was in a cage match against the
Messiah.
Yeah, Seth Rollins. Maybe we'll get into some recent stuff. Should we go ahead and start this bitch up or what?
Yeah.
I think we got
network, hopefully.
Yeah, we got an hour and 40.
Yeah.
So we could talk as much shit as we want during this.
Yeah, I'm sure there'll be some segments where we can dip away here and there.
Yeah. Do you want to give a countdown, Ryan? I gotta start her up on two ends.
So it'll be a hit play on go. So 3, 2, 1, and go.
Hopefully I have the right clipboard of this. It should be. Because I'm trying to get the countdown on there as well. No, it's a quick fix. Oh, the old school scribble.
Yeah, I love it.
The fuck? The master plan. I'm like,
man, yeah, the master plan.
What kind of dictatorship shit is this? They're like showing like military leaders and shit. But it's just them explaining the night before where, Mr. McMahon's master plan comes into fruition.
Yeah.
And they're showing like a bunch of old school footage of like football and war and Einstein.
Einstein was in there.
Yeah. JFK.
I know I said it last week, but this entire summer of '98 was just fantastic with this. The second, really, even the whole when Austin won the belt, the Royal Rumble rather in '98, going into WrestleMania and on, that story was so fantastic. It was so well told.
What, Austin and McMahon?
Yeah, like you see in here, like the matches with Dude Love, then the losing the belt at King of the Ring, winning it the next night on Raw, um, the formation of the Brothers of Destruction, just this entire, I think, the spring summer of '98.
It's what beat the UF or not the UFC. It's what beat the NWO. It's what kicked
Yep,
WCW's ass. Austin. Well, Austin
yep.
and McMahon. The whole
The whole story. Yeah,
everyone hates their boss, and Austin gets to stick it to the boss, and that's why ultimately the him turning heel and joining McMahon was kind of like a, meh.
and that's the thing. Like, and that's the thing. Whenever like Bruce Pritchard was just talking about it on the Rock episode about how great WrestleMania 17 was, and I was like, WrestleMania 17 is so fantastic, but the second that McMahon and Austin join forces, to me, it just ruins the entire match. It ruins everything that they worked for years. In this point, like, I don't know. I just don't see how it was necessary.
Yeah. And here we have Mr. McMahon walking to the ring with the Smoking Skull belt, Austin's belt,
Fucking such a beautiful belt.
with the rattlesnake skin under or
Yeah,
inside. And so now I have to do my research on belts. For those of
man,
you guys that don't know and didn't watch
your daddy.
and didn't watch Saturday, I have done something pretty stupid or pretty
Or
awesome.
smart.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Whichever way you want to look at it. I bought my first ever replica Fandu belt. It's used, but I bought it. It's a real one. Super heavy. I told the guy if I have to kick your ass on the way out, I'll do it. I didn't say in all those words, but I'm like, do I got to wrestle anyone for this?
Yeah.
He just laughed and he's like, "We can have a ladder match because he had to climb up a little bit to get like a little step stool." So we had
So you guys have a step stool
yeah,
match.
we'd have a step
What
stool
was it
match for the
when,
belt.
like when Hornswoggles,
Yeah,
back
yeah,
in the,
yeah. It would have been for it would have
the
been for
midget
Hornswoggle.
wrestlers had it. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
El Torito,
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Little Vader.
A little
Remember,
step
remember
ladder.
Baby Goldust too?
Oh God, Mankind that they
Yeah,
did.
yeah,
So many good ones.
yeah. So McMahon came out with Austin's music. Everyone thought it's beautiful, beautiful swerves right away.
Yeah.
You gotta swerve on, bro. So right away they hit Austin's music and they're like, oh, we're like, yes, Austin's gonna come out and give it to McMahon about fucking him over, and it's McMahon with the fucking Austin belt and his
And,
goons.
and Detroit's finest all
Yeah.
around them.
Yeah. So I know that because I already watched this once, so
Oh.
I kind of know what happens. I was gonna say something about Detroit's best, but I'll save it for later.
Yeah.
Ryan,
Yeah.
Ryan might know. Hey, did the Bears win this weekend? I'm really asking. I don't know. I don't watch
I
football.
honestly don't know.
Okay.
You know what's funny? I have not been watching a lot of sports. Like, I don't know if it's just COVID with less covering or something, but like,
No,
I,
you got super political on me, Ryan. Don't lie. You
No,
hate the kneeling. We all know it. You
I-
want them
I-
to just. You said shut up and play ball. We all
Yeah.
saw your posts. We all saw your Twitter. No, I stepped away a while, like 5 years ago, with fantasy and everything coming into.
I watch sports nonstop, but I don't know whatever I don't know if it's just fans that they're not. I feel like it's not being promoted as much anymore. Like I just kind of just go and check out how the teams I support did, and that's about it.
Yeah, I try to keep up with the Bears, but I haven't been. It's been hard these past 5-6 years.
Yeah,
Well, since '85, it's been hard.
yeah. Well, they had that one year where they went to the Super Bowl and lost.
Oh, you
but-
mean where we fucking scored the first touchdown in the first fucking 2 minutes
The
of the
first
fucking
play?
game and we
Yeah,
still
first-
fucking lost? And Payne's like, oh, that's cute. Look at this.
Peyton Manning? I can never win the big one until I play the Bears.
Yeah, and so that was always a story. He can never win. He can never win. They're like, oh man, the Bears are at the Super Bowl and he can never win one. This is awesome. And he's like, this is my one.
Yeah,
He got another one right in Denver,
yeah. He got one in Denver.
but
This
there's
is so
asterisk.
great.
His
Here
his wife was getting steroids.
Yeah. I love this here with they're really setting it up too. Like when you know, it's not much of a spoiler if you know what's going to happen here. I won't say anything if it's the first time for someone to be watching it, but I love the how much they're showing backstage where everything is barriered off so that Austin cannot possibly make it to the ring.
Yeah.
Like they're doing everything that they can.
But we always know he finds a way. It's
Always.
Austin. And it's professional wrestling. So
Yeah. And this is the one where he almost killed Bruce Prichard, right? Was it?
yeah, Bruce Prichard mentions that everyone cleared out and he was the only one left in the gorilla position for this particular scenario, and everyone was gone, but there was a certain set of curtains, and Austin gunned it, but there's multiple sets of curtains, so he couldn't see where Prichard was, and he was just gunning it through the curtains, and I think Austin lost a little bit of control and turned at the last second and almost fucking hit Prichard.
Fuck, man.
Imagine that, because so this was a promptu kind of segment.
Yeah.
Austin wasn't. They're like, what's something badass that Austin can come out the day of?
Yeah.
They're like, we have the arena. Let's see what we can use. And like the guy showed Austin how to drive it that same day or something like that. That's why Austin almost killed Prichard.
Like the pickup truck, even when you go back to the December '97, when he takes on the Rock and he drives his pickup truck out. It's really like, I mean, you're driving a pickup truck not only indoors but with fans everywhere. You got to be so focused when you're driving it, and he looks awkward driving a pickup truck, which that's his go-to like vehicle pretty much, right? So it's like, so when you start doing like, you know, beer trucks and what we're about to see in a minute here, yeah, it can be tricky.
Yeah. Yep. It gets tricky driving around a forklift. I drive around a forklift all the time. No shit's turning radius is ridiculous.
Right.
Because they only have one wheel. Or the one that they turn on is a single wheel. So its turning radius is and it's a power, like if you crank the wheel and you fucking hit something with the forks at that speed, you're gonna knock something out, dude. We've all seen the videos of like the person in the warehouse that's like going to the left or to the right, to the right, to the right, to the right, and he hits one of the beams, and it takes out the beam, and it's like.
Yeah, it's like a dominoes and everything going down.
Yeah. I'm pretty much in charge of storing all the material when it gets there, and I go put it in the forklift onto racks. So that's what I do. I haven't messed up yet. I don't plan on. Imagine.
I love this. Like, there was a sign out there for WCW, but it was World Senior Citizens Wrestling. I'm like, well, A for effort, I suppose.
I saw a meme the other day because they were complaining about the Thunderdome stuff, the pictures, and then people they're like people complaining about the Thunderdome trolls now. They're like, back in the day we used to have this, and they have a sign that says Nation of Masturbation.
Yeah. Yeah, it's so true. Like it's
shit! Did you see that?
Yeah.
The security guard came and yanked that kid with the head.
Yeah.
What was that about?
Something happened there.
Like right in front of TV too. Like that wasn't even hidden or nothing. Okay.
I think like they had to like pan away for that reason.
Yeah, that's why. Because JR and fucking King were talking.
Yeah, they both kind of like look back.
Man, these are two of the fucking figs that have eluded me because I either started collecting after the fact or right now they're super expensive. They're like $50 a pop.
And those belts too.
And they come with the belts. I really like those belts. Those belts are super fucking nice.
I think we've talked about it, like
see this guy over here.
Yeah.
Using the belt strap as a dangling dick.
No, he was just trying to cover the lips. That's
I thought he was saying like, this is how thick and girthy my dick is.
No, they wouldn't do that. This is kids watch this.
Oh, okay.
I think the only belt from this era that I don't like is the championship belt. I like the one that they had just before, the one that's the Winged Eagle. I don't like the one that's more like the Globe.
The Attitude Era? That's what I call it. I don't think it's officially named the Attitude Era belt.
Yeah, I think that's the Globe, the more Globe belt on it.
The one that Austin introduced.
Yeah.
Because Hogan introduces the Winged Eagle.
Yeah, and then Austin gets after WrestleMania 14, Austin introduces the new one there.
And then the Smoking Skull too, so he introduces two of them. That son of a bitch.
That's right, yeah.
Hey, Ryan, have I ever told you that I've been in a no-knock warrant?
A what?
A no-knock warrant, with all the Breanne Taylor and all that bullshit.
No.
Yeah, I was. We were talking about it the other day. Me and Frankie, like, just split decisions on me that I've made not to run or be stupid in
Right.
situations that I've been in. But yeah, I've been in 2 no-knock warrant situations where the cops just bust in,
Damn.
where I could have made a stupid mistake and pop, 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 pop.
Jesus, eh?
Yeah, I didn't think about it till they
You were
were.
talking about with
Yeah, well, with
Frankie?
Keith and them started commenting on my thing, like, because I put up a post. I'm like, why don't these motherfuckers stand up for defending themselves when the cops broke in and killed Breanne Taylor?
Yeah.
How come they didn't fucking stand up for self-defense with that? And the motherfuckers like, it wasn't self-defense. You don't have the facts straight. And I'm like, all right, maybe I don't have the facts straight, but morally, it's fucked up what they did. They didn't have any fucking justification or evidence to do what they did.
And it's like shooting a sleeping person.
Mhm.
That the cow like.
And then 2 days later, the case is settled in a civil suit or something like that, and they're awarded $12 million by the city of
Yeah.
Louisville. And I'm like, they don't give people that are wrong $12 million. They don't give criminals $12 million. They don't drop all charges to the boyfriend because they're wrong. Like, and I was going to repost it and be like, haha, you stupid dumb fuck, suck my dick. But like I told them, I'm not trying to win. I just wanted some fucking justice for Breanne because she did nothing. She did nothing. And they're like, oh, her fucking address was on the warrant sheet. I'm like, yeah, so were 5 other houses that should have been investigated a little bit more thoroughly.
You see that sign behind JR and King?
What did it say?
Detroit 316, I just stole your car.
Good, Ryan. Get us back on track. I'm getting too heated.
No. Like, it just caught my eye. I fucking love that sign.
Minion on the right over there. Before he became Minion. The Southern Justice again?
Midian.
Yeah, Midian, sorry. Naked
Minion.
Minion later.
Remember Naked Midian? Who just comes out with a fanny pack?
Yeah. We all know. Well, I think we all know who's going to take this one.
Yeah. It's got to be Southern Justice, right?
Yeah. Former Godwin's taking on the New Age Outlaws here. For those
kind
of
of
you
look like gigolos from Alabama.
Who?
The Southern Justice with those vests.
Yeah, with the vests are very, very
trailer
sex
park
worker.
gigolos.
Yes. So I'm like, Ryan, those are horrible fucking sex workers.
Well, you've been to Alabama? Ask Conrad.
Conrad's a big boy.
He is.
Ooh, nice flapjack right there. By who? Is this Henry Godwin?
Yeah.
Hogg? Henry
Yeah.
O. Godwin.
Henry O. Godwin.
God, I hate Jeff Jarrett.
Yeah.
I never liked him.
You know what? I'll say this, Jeff Jarrett, I didn't mind when he was coming out with that weird original outfit there and like the light up cowboy hat. That gimmick I never really got behind. This one here, he had attitude there. I was going to say he has more attitude to him, but I kind of like I bought into this guy a little bit more.
I think I didn't like him because he kind of came in strong and he was against Razor. And I was like, fuck you, dude. Razor's the Intercontinental Champion, not you. And as a kid, you're very impressionable.
Yeah.
So I was like, fuck you, Jarrett. You're not an Intercontinental Champion, Razor is.
I never realized also how many times he jumped back and forth between WWF and WCW back in the 90s also.
It's great to see. Like, this is why I love going back and doing this. I hadn't done it just because I'd been doing Fight Companions every Saturday. And I'm like, oh, well, that's enough. But
Right.
I just need to go back and watch wrestling. Because I gave the jobber the network password.
Oh, okay.
And he went back and he was watching some old school wrestling. He was watching Fall Brawl 96. And I gave him the exact the War Games match that he was watching. And he's like, how'd you know?
Really?
I'm like, I think I've covered it like twice, to be honest.
Yeah.
I'm like, it's prime NWO. I'm like, it's NWO versus WCW versus
Is that
Four
the one with-
Horsemen. I'm like,
Yeah.
and it's when Sting, the fake Sting,
The fake Sting
yeah,
comes in.
and then the real Sting comes,
Kicks ass and then he just
yeah, and then
leaves.
he leaves, and then that's where the doubt starts setting in for a whole fucking year, and the slow build, the brewing. Let's brew
The
this
slow build
bitch
that
up.
ended up. It was a slow build that almost failed immediately when he came back too. Because I remember they were talking about it. Bischoff was talking about when Sting came back to fight Hogan for the belt. After that was a year, almost a year and a half off,
Mhm.
and like Sting was like, and he started drinking heavy. His life was kind of up and down, and he gets into the ring all of a sudden. Like they're like, I don't know if we can trust him.
Yeah, he was a little bit fatter, not in shape, paler. He
Yeah.
wasn't even tan.
But they fixed it over time and ran quickly too.
Yeah.
This is the one thing I miss with the Attitude Era too is the tag team, man. We used to have some good tag teams back in the day. Watching this stuff here.
Well, dude, if you're watching wrestling right now, and this is what I was thinking. If people keep up with the, oh shit, fucking
Oh, I thought he was
Road
gonna
Dogg's
hit,
beating the shit out of.
I thought he was gonna hit Billy Gunn for a
Yeah,
second
yeah.
there.
Even Billy Gunn was
Wait a
like, "What the
minute.
fuck?" But if people are watching the main brand right now, well, this is the main brand, I guess, at the time too.
Yeah.
Well, no, I guess there were the 83 weeks whole thing was, so people were deciding. But nonetheless, if you guys are watching now, a lot of our superstars are gonna have to take a back seat to the tag team division or to the Intercontinental division. These guys
Yeah,
are bringing in 7 feet tall motherfuckers, 400 pounds. How are they going to compete? How is Kevin Owens going to compete? And I love Kevin Owens. Kevin Owens is one of my favorite guys. He's great on the mic. He's great on the fucking in the ring. But
Yep.
realistically, when you have him against a 7-footer that's 400 pounds, it's not going to work.
Same thing, and that's something that's kind of good with Keith Lee, because Keith Lee can kind of he can go with the big guys, but he can also move with the smaller guys.
Because, fuck, I forgot his name. That guy from the Underground, the guy with the braids is beating up everybody with the tank top.
Oh, the guy that's taking on Braun Strowman today,
Yeah, yeah. I
The-
know, I was
the-
watching.
the
I can't remember his
the
name.
undefeated something or other. Yeah,
Like, how are they going to do that? Because now he's introduced to the main roster. Shortly, he's going to be on the main roster. And when you have monsters on like that on the main roster, damn. So fucking DX is in turmoil when Triple H is kind of being reintroduced. Well, he's
Yeah.
injured.
I love China's guy with those sunglasses. They don't.
You know what I kind of want to do? And not right away. We did an NW episode. I think we should do an NW or a DX episode because I want to get my DX timeline.
Yeah,
Because I think a
that'd be
lot of
good.
people's DX timeline and like my own is kind of skewed because we have Triple H, China, HBK, and Rude,
Yep.
but I think everyone remembers Triple H, HBK, X Pac, New Age Outlaws,
Outlaws.
China. But I don't
Yeah.
think there was ever a time when HBK and all the other big group was together. It's when HBK left, right? That Triple
The,
H brought in the other guys.
Yeah, like it was the original DX was really short lived too. Like I went from October, I think was the kind of like the formation until probably about 6 months. It was at WrestleMania when Shawn Michaels lost that DX was over. And even Rick Rude was gone in Survivor Series. He left when Brett left.
Sorry to cut you off. You know what I want now that I'm
That UFC belt.
that I'm a belt collector. I want an NWA belt. I think it looks nice.
Yeah.
I think
The classic one.
yeah, regardless of where the company stands now, I
Yeah.
think that classic 10-pound belt looks fucking beautiful. I wouldn't
I
mind
thought
owning
you
one.
were going to go with that super fight belt.
Oh, the super old school UFC belt.
The UFC belt.
I like
Oh,
the. I
he
like
actually shakes the hand, doesn't give high fives. He's shaking the fans'
yeah,
hands as he
old
goes
school.
by.
Old school. He should have gotten the 666 on his forehead.
Yeah.
like they wanted. You know which one I want to get, the UFC belt before this one that they have now.
Yeah, the classic one.
Yeah,
one everyone knows.
It reminds me of the UFC belt, or no, sorry,
Yeah.
the big gold
the
belt.
WCW,
Yeah.
yeah.
Which I'm proud possession of now, and the strap is pretty good. I don't know if they replaced it before they returned it, or the guy just had it on display like I'm having it now. But here comes Owen Hart. It's a,
But yeah, like, the
I-
DX,
man.
the DX of '98 was fantastic.
I always feel something when I see him come out, man.
Yeah.
And it's not with everybody.
No. No, like if you, I think it's because of how it happened.
Mm-hmm.
I think it was what we talked about last week. Also, like just knowing like how it happened
Yeah,
and
but-
how it could have been prevented.
Because I see, like, I'll watch a Macho Man match or a Yokozuna match.
Yeah, you can watch. I constantly see like those pictures pop up of like which one hits you the hardest,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm looking at all these guys. I'm like, yeah, like this is like a lot of my childhood is gone, but it's when I see Owen, I'm like, fuck, man, like in his like a lot of those guys that were in their 40s 50s from heart attacks. It was just the way that Owen went.
Yeah. It sucks. It sucks. But he's taking on Dan Severn here. Dan Severn comes out with his NWA championship and his UFC. I don't know. It must have been the heavyweight. It could have been the open weight. Super fight. Okay.
Yeah, before they had the different divisions.
So it's open, like pretty much open weight.
Yeah, like I think the first was Shamrock Gracie, and then Shamrock Severn had a couple, and then and then they started the divisions.
This is why I like covering both because they have a lineage tied together, whether people want to admit it or not. They're tied from the beginning. MMA with pro wrestling, they latched onto it. They're like, all right, this is how we're gonna go with it. They're popular. We're gonna get popular.
I'd say that around like 2010, around that time, you started seeing a lot more MMA move sets being brought into WWE guys. And I don't know if they would like just train at gyms to kind of get the field to make things look more realistic or what, but
yeah, no, and I bring it up because Kazmat Chimanov or Chimanov.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so
seconds there.
Yeah, this is his third fight, and he's won like in 40-something days. So he's like one of the fastest ever to do it in modern times. And I say modern times because Big John McCarthy has come out with criticism to the UFC, kind of throwing out asterisk statuses, or kind of they're making up their own history.
They're kind of like saying like they're almost breaking it down to eras, and they're talking about the current modern era. Oh, that looked.
And he checked on him. He's checking on him.
I feel like this is
a work.
Yeah.
Are they working us?
Yeah, I feel like it's a work because the referee's not doing the X.
Yeah.
Usually they do that right away.
If they're X-Men members?
Yeah.
Calling for Wolverine? Or Professor Xavier to heal?
Oh, I feel like I remember they had a gimmick like this with Owen Hart at some point where when they tried to do it where after Austin's thing, he did it again. He was like kind of like lost in his head and he couldn't finish the job kind of thing.
What a weird thing to do.
Yeah. I don't know. I feel like this is. I'm waiting for Owen to kick him or something. For Owen to have that same exact thing twice in like what, less than a year.
And you don't hear about it. You don't hear about it.
Yeah.
It's not talked about like Austin's. And someone like Dan Severn, it would be talked about because it would have fucked with his career.
And and he's still fighting MMA. Like he still fights MMA like 15 years after this, right?
Yeah.
So
I think he's still fighting MMA to this day.
I remember following his career back in like the 10, 15 years ago, and I was like, oh, he's at 80 wins. Oh, he's at 85 wins. Oh, he's at 95 wins. And like, God damn, he's just going.
God damn.
Yeah, this has got to be a work.
Yeah, they definitely would have panned away in
Jim Ross. They wouldn't have. They would have Owens still. Yeah, now Owens. I feel like this was, like I said, there was that angle where Owen would hurt someone and he couldn't finish a job. He ended up picking up losses after losses after losses.
They did definitely won the ratings war and got to where they are by having Austin and everything. But imagine if they wouldn't have like screwed Brett. They had his brother and like they had a good storyline going, like over years of hatred between them. You could have had good storylines play out where Owen eventually takes the title from him in a fucking heel position, and Brett works his way to get it back.
Well, and also like Stone Cold has said how, obviously you don't want to have a serious injury that shortens your career, because Austin left in 2003, and he probably had a good 5-6 years left in him if it wasn't for that injury. But he said how he had to change his entire way of competing.
Yeah.
And he had to become more of a brawler, and that fit that Stone Cold persona. I mean, you go watch some Bret Hart Stone Cold matches when from 96, 97, and then go and watch 2 years later like the Stone Cold that we know, and he's a completely different style fighter.
Which there's a WCW Stunning Steve Austin with the WCW Tag Team title coming out, part of the Hollywood Blondes. I do not have. He is out. He is out.
Brian Pillman.
Brian Pillman. They do have him already with the curly hair and the vest and
Yeah.
everything. He's
Oh.
out, but he doesn't have a title. And like to get him, I probably have to spend like $40. But if I get that Austin, I'm definitely gonna have to spend the $40 on him, get him off of a
I'm still
scalper.
kicking myself for not getting that Ringmaster.
Me too. I thought you had him.
No, I was gonna pick up the Ringmaster, but I ended up passing on it. And when I went out again, I mean, and when I went, they had like 70, 80, that's the one thing with Toys R Us. Like they have like an aisle for wrestlers, and it's just like loaded, right? And yeah,
Even more because so where I go to Disc Replay, like the retro store,
right.
I pass by Toys R Us all the time when I go fig hunting. I pass by it all the time. They finally tore it down completely. It's an empty lot now.
That's wild, eh? I thought I heard that they were gonna be opening some of them back up, but
There's some open in like certain states, and I think they're trying to do like a small relaunch and see how it goes. But um, I'll dive into toy talk a little bit. Walmart has been working with exclusives from NECA. So has Target. The Turtles. They've become exclusive to fucking
okay,
they got them out of GameStop. So before I could only get the Turtles at GameStop. Remember the single individual Turtles I have up there?
yeah,
So there were the two first waves were only at GameStop, and by the two first waves I mean the four Turtles. That was wave one, GameStop, and then the second wave was two different. Here comes Vader. Two different foot soldiers, one with bladed weapons and one with blunted weapons. So that was their difference. And then there was a Splinter and a Shredder, regular Shredder. Those were all GameStop exclusives. I don't know what happened with GameStop. They're going under for being fucking devils and cheating people out of money.
yeah.
So, the rights I guess came up, and NECA started working with Walmart, and Walmart has the rights to those movie turtles. So they re-released them in packets of 2, and it's Donnie and Leo and Raph and Mikey, and they're out right now. Like they're hitting the stores right now, and I kind of want to find a second version of them so I can open them up and have them. And then the other 2-pack is the Foot Soldier 2-packs. So it's Donnie and Raph, and then Mikey and it's Mikey and Raph, Donnie and Leo, and then it's the Foot Soldiers. It's the 2 different Foot Soldiers with the weapon rack this time. So you get all the weapons but a rack to rack it up. And Target has the Turtles from NECA, but they have them in the cartoon exclusive version. So they have the cartoon, like the 90s cartoon.
Nice.
So they're releasing Bebop and Rocksteady, the Foot Soldiers that are in purple, the Shredders. Ooh. Yeah, it's all the cartoon. And like I can't get into more of I kind of want to, but I can't get into it and they're super hard. Like those are scalping fucking gold. Everyone wants them. You could pretty much trade all 4 turtles for $200. I bought them for $25 each.
I just sorry. There was a sign that said "I need head." But the best part was that the guy that was right in front of that sign with the shaking the head had painted the head to look like a juggalo. And it's in Detroit.
Yeah, they're in Detroit, bro.
It could be Jeff.
Yeah, it probably is. Let's hit him up. Let's get him on the phone right now. Jeff, was that you in the front row at 1998, September 28th? Maybe like the Vader El Snow match?
Like, no, I've never. No. No, it's weird to think this is the 3rd match of the night, and you have Owen Hart, Chyna, and Vader have all appeared in one of the first 3 matches, and all 3 of them were gone.
Oh yeah,
that's crazy to think.
Mm-hmm.
And oh man,
some of these guys don't have long lifespans, man. Too
I
short.
mean, Vader was like the unfortunate of having cancer, but China was just dealt kind of a shitty hand.
Jaina. Well, yeah, she got. Man, I don't. Do you think the breakup with Hunter and the whole like job thing got to her head, or do you think it was the drugs?
I think think the thing with Hunter, I mean, obviously it's personal, right? So I can see why there'd be resentment in that. But I mean, after the thing with Hunter, I mean, she was still pushed into the Royal Rumble, becoming the first female in the Royal Rumble. No, she wasn't the first to eliminate, but she was the first female to enter Royal Rumble, first female to hold the Intercontinental title, does it twice. Had a couple women's titles runs. Like it's not like they broke up and they jobbed her out, and then after her contract, they continued to push her for a little bit. I think that just by the end of it all, when they decided not to re-sign her, I think it just went downhill for her. I don't know. I don't know if she tried to make it in TNA when that was starting up or not.
Bruce Pritchard said it was not good. Well, I think he had limited experience with her there.
Right.
But I heard she wanted Austin money.
No, she wanted to get paid, yeah. And she has the right to believe that because of what she did for women's wrestling, especially at that time. I mean, you have the women's championship being decided in bra and panties matches, and then on that same card, Chyna's fighting Jeff Jarrett for the Intercontinental title, or fighting Chris Jericho for the Intercontinental title. I mean, how do you have the women's title in line of bra and panties match, and then you have a woman fighting for a men's title, right? Like, she definitely was a pioneer in some ways.
Al Snow getting the push here over Vader with the head to the with head to the head of Vader, and then just falling on him, getting the pin.
Al Snow gave Vader head to the point where it knocked him out for a 3 count.
Yeah.
Is that?
Yeah.
I think that's how we can word it, and it's acceptable.
So the WWF is jobbing Vader out here. Not necessarily, but he's losing, and they're not pushing him for what he is because they just decided they can't work with him. No one wants to work with him.
Well, I heard on a recent Something to Wrestle, and I think that Pritchard shot it down, but there was rumors that they tried to bring in Vader to take on Hogan back in like 1990, back when he was like in Japan and just like tearing shit up. But yeah, supposedly they wanted to bring Vader to take on Hogan before they went with Earthquake. But I was thinking like that would have been something to have if Vader was in WWF way back in the day. Because I think it's unfortunate what happened with him and Shawn Michaels. Because him and Shawn Michaels, that trilogy that we've talked about them having would have been fantastic.
It's just Shawn he didn't like the stiffness of this guy.
Yeah.
And he called him out on it.
Shawn had all that pull.
Yep.
And it's unfortunate too, because Shawn taking on Diesel. Diesel and Shawn never really had good matches. Diesel and Sid had some good matches. Shawn and Sid had good matches. Shawn and Vader's SummerSlam match wasn't terrible. Shawn and Mankind was great. Like, Shawn Michaels could take on big guys and he could sell good with them and work well with them.
Yeah.
And it's just unfortunate that he just didn't like working with Vader.
Or Hogan.
Or Hogan. So now we've seen, I think we talked about it last week, Gangrel confronting Edge on Heat. And then now Christian making his debut the night before.
No, we don't know who it is, remember? Some dude.
Well, some fan made his appearance the night before.
And now Edge is in
No, it's a
triple threat.
Six man elimination match. I think it's a number 1 contender.
Wait, so it's everyone for everyone?
Yeah, it's an elimination. So if Edge pins Gangrel, then someone else comes into the ring, but you can tag out at any time. Okay. So it's not like a gauntlet.
Oof.
Gangrel's also a very underrated superstar from this era. He gets forgotten, but
It's the gimmick. It's like it's too much. It's like he's a vampire.
the gimmick worked perfect. It was, and he could only be short lived.
Hmm.
But people forget how good in ring he was.
Yeah, no, he was definitely good.
Like he had, like he could surprise you with some of his movesets.
Hmm. You know, I think he did slip off the second rope when he did the elbow right now.
Yeah.
Oh shit, Gangrel's out of there. Edge
Yeah.
pins Gangrel and he's out of there. And here comes D'Lo Brown.
D'Lo, man, and another guy that just gets lost in. That's the thing. Like the Attitude Era had like 70 plus guys on that roster. Like so guys are going to get forgotten from time to time. But man, there was some supporting cast in this era that was just absolutely fantastic. That I love going back to watch.
D'Lo's the first ever Eurocontinental champion, right?
I believe so.
Ooh, Draws Dog over here.
And it's unfortunate watching these two guys in the ring, knowing what's going to happen
Between them.
in a short time.
If Draws Dog sticks to this gear,
Yeah,
it doesn't happen.
yeah, that's true.
Because
That's very
they both kind of agreed that it was due to the slipperiness, but also
Yeah,
that Drozdog had switched up his gear to like some leathery, really, really like slippery mesh shit or something, like some weird.
it's when he was with Albert and he was kind of going to more
Yeah.
like that leather alternative kind of appearance.
You mean Tensei?
Yeah, Lord Tensei. There's the stroke. And I think it's got to be around this time also that he joins up with Legion of Doom. Because LOD's not going to be there for the much longer at this point in time. They're going to bring in he'll join Legion of Doom, make fun of Hawk. Hawk will just become an alcoholic, much like they did with Scott Hall in WCW.
Make fun of him for it.
Yeah, and then there's the one point where Hawk's standing on top of the Titantron. He's supposed to be drunk, and Drozdov is climbing up to help him, and he accidentally pushes him off the top of the Titantron.
Doesn't that turn into the angle that he tried to kill him?
Yeah, that's the thing. Yeah, that was yeah. So no, they're counted out.
Damn, so they're both out of there?
Yeah,
So it's Edge, Mark Marrow, and
D'Lo.
D'Lo Brown.
I know I said it last week, but man, I love this Mark Marrow gimmick.
Marco.
Polo. No, I know. Marrow.
Damn, why is he hiking up the shorts all the way up there?
Yes. Oh, he has to have his movement in his knees for when he does his finisher here.
Oh, and D'Lo shakes the ropes.
He laughs at him. But
Yeah.
you know, you have a chance to get one of your competition out, and instead you give him a chance to continue on.
Edge with the
Nice
top of
Hurricanrana.
Hurricanrana over there. And D'Lo. Oh, with a splash. But he can't pin anybody. He's not.
He's not the legal man.
Yeah.
Fuck, I love D'Lo Brown so much. His frog splash was good too.
Yeah.
Oh, there's a juggalo in the crowd now just walking by. There's juggalos everywhere.
Splash over the ropes by Edge over here.
Nice.
Yeah, Edge definitely packs on the pounds for the main event.
Yeah.
For Rated R Superstar. Here's Gangrel again with Mystery Man. Ooh, D'Lo with the down low, if that's the right name for it. Or the low down.
Low down, yeah.
Something like that. And D'Lo wins.
You better recognize.
I wonder if this was a shot at the European title if they won.
Yeah, I'm trying to see what it says on his trunks. I thought it said European champion on the sides of his pants, but I'm not too sure. I also love how D'Lo Brown, that chest protector that he's wearing, is supposed to be to protect him from
Oh, look at these
re-injuring
tough
himself. Look
guys.
at this drunk guys. Oh,
Look at these tough guys over here.
yeah. But yeah, for a chest protector, it's supposed to be used to protect his injury. That thing's nice and loose, eh? Like, the thing's protecting nothing at all.
Yeah.
Like, if he were to sneeze, it would just fall off.
I like how it's drawn on too. It's not even a fucking
Yeah.
real one. It's not even like dent. It's not even like like grooved in or nothing. It's just like
No,
the
no,
drawing
no,
of it.
yeah.
So, Mr. McMahon's gonna name a champion today, right? Because the controversy is for those people that don't remember.
He's gonna name what's gonna happen with the championship.
Because both Kane and Undertaker pinned Austin after a simultaneous
Yeah.
choke slam. They just both laid on him, covered
Yeah.
both shoulders pretty much, and Austin couldn't kick out. But now they both want to see what's up.
Oh, Raw is now over, and now it's time for the War Zone. Because I don't know if you remember, that's what it used to be. The first hour was Monday Night Raw, and then the second hour was the War Zone.
Yeah, I remember.
Raw is war.
I remember when we were doing a couple breakdowns. It was so weird.
Yeah. Yeah. Now there you go.
So, if you notice, people watching here, they have the Winged Eagle belt instead of the Attitude Era belt, which is already introduced, because they got rid of the Smoking Skull belt because it was going to go on top of Mr. McMahon's fire place.
Yeah.
He said
It was on his mantle.
I don't know why. Pritchard doesn't know why when asked this same question. He doesn't know why they have the Winged Eagle belt instead of the Attitude Era belt.
It could have been something just as easy as grab the wrong one.
Probably was. They're like, grab the World Heavyweight Championship.
Yeah. McMahon goes, which one? NWA, AWA, WCW. I have them all.
How long before he owns the AEW?
What's that?
How long before he owns the AEW belt?
I don't know. I still don't even like. I just want there to be organizations that back in the day, the different territories.
Oh,
You know what I mean?
I think AEW has very, very good potential of sticking around for a while.
AEW can definitely stick around. They have the money to do it. It's just a matter of will the money be spent well.
Mm-hmm.
Right? That's what it comes down to.
And it seems like they're trying to please their talent by listening to them. So
Yeah. I feel like the one thing that they got to start doing though is they got they focus too much on WWF, WWE. Like they're constantly taking shots at them. Their product is good, but they're falling into the WCW mold very quickly of focusing on WWE and calling them out for their weaknesses.
yeah, but see,
whereas
I think
WWE's
that falls on the
more-
wrestlers though, because
Yeah,
they're coming pissed. They're coming over pissed, and I think the company's listening to them and like
I find it
you
funny
do your
when-
promo.
But it's funny because like I love when they're like, we need to. You see guys jump over and they're like, it's good for me to come here to a place where the new talent gets an opportunity. And you see the champions. The champion at the time was Chris Jericho. I'm like, well, I mean, really, like, I understand what they're saying in that, and I hope that like guys like Dean Ambrose, John Moxley, they have the chance to shine better because Dean Ambrose was fantastic. I loved him. But for whatever reason, Vince just didn't want to run with him at the time.
Yeah,
I don't know what it was. Like they gave him. He had every title. He was the tag champ, the heavyweight champ, or the WWE champ, the US Intercontinental. He had them all. So it's not like they didn't see potential in him. It's just a matter of, can you sell? And if the fan, what can you do? If he can go to AEW and he can sell and people like it, power to him.
It's crazy that he won Wrestler of the Year. Now all the Shield members have won all the titles in WWE and have all won Wrestler of the Year.
Yeah.
I think Seth has won it 2 different times.
I like this Kane outfit, by the way. The one with the 2 sleeves.
Mm-hmm. I need a Kane like this. They have a Kane Undertaker like this when Undertaker was Kane.
When it comes out, yeah.
Yeah. So I could just leave him as Kane.
Vince McMahon covers his ears
Yeah.
and nothing happens.
The lights just come back on.
Maybe the mask is reversed also. Or it's darker. Definitely looks a little different. Isn't it crazy to think that guy's a mayor now? It's like, fuck.
Yeah, that's pretty hilarious.
That's amazing.
He's standing in the ring playing pretend with a bunch of adults, and now he's the mayor.
Now he's the mayor doing the exact same thing.
Yeah, playing pretend.
Now he's in politics, which is just as believable as professional wrestling.
What's going on here, Ryan? What's this?
Oh, Stone Cold on his
Oh,
Zamboni.
God. What's this crazy son of a bitch doing?
Well, how the cops are just like put their hand out and tell him to stop. No one like, please, sir, get off the Zamboni.
See? White privilege. They should have shot him.
Yeah.
Stop, sir. Bah, 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 bah.
Considering the fact that he's in Detroit, so.
Especially this being a terrorist attack if he's doing this
And
to a
he's-
fucking
and he's
arena.
also- Look at he's taking down fucking
Look at
light.
it.
Oh, I fucking love
Let's see if we can
this.
catch Pritchard. He should be after one of these curtains.
Yeah. You see him dive out of the way.
I saw a guy over there, but I don't know if I saw him die.
I don't think that was Pritchard.
Boom, and he rams the ring. It's fucking hilarious.
Oh.
Giving the finger at everybody. Boom!
There we
Iconic
go.
moment.
Yes.
Dives onto
I love
fucking
how-
McMahon. He's
I
beating the
love
shit
how
out of him.
Kane and Undertaker just leave the ring.
I love how there's a fucking floaty in there.
Yeah, the floaty.
An Austin floaty, too.
Oh, it is too. That's funny.
The iconic moment of Austin getting arrested for beating up his boss. It's
He's
hilarious.
been He's been arrested in Calgary. He's been arrested in Detroit. He's been arrested in New York City. He's got quite the rap sheet. I mean, how many kids you think thought, "Man, this is awesome. Beat up my boss, get arrested, just go back to work the next week, the next
Yeah,
day."
right?
Like so many people, like impressionable youth,
Well, Kevin Owens kind of mentioned that same thing. Here comes fucking McMahon now that the cops have Austin. And Austin's still beating the shit out of him with his hands tied behind his back. So they had Kevin Owens show today, and Shane was on it. And then I forgot what they said, but he's like, kind of like the fact how I beat you and I retired you, but you're back again. He's like, but that's water under the bridge, I guess.
Yeah.
Because Kevin Owens did beat him to retire him.
That's right. Yeah.
Or
Just
to get
like
him
the
fired
Rolling
or whatever.
Just like the Rolling Stones had all those retirement tours.
Just like, he's kicking the belt. Fucking case over. Julio Cesar Chavez had a retirement tour.
Yeah.
And but he did get screwed over by his promotion. So those last fights were for him to make his money.
Yeah, like I feel
Donkey.
bad for his Canelo, man. Canelo's gonna be doing nothing for the next couple of years, man.
You think so?
I don't see how they're gonna be able to like. They're not making fights for him. He's fighting. I mean,
Well, he
he's
might
not-
be able to get out of his contract.
He better if he needs to get out of that.
Because I think he's suing DAZN and he's suing Golden Boy Promotions because he wants out of his contract, and he's been disputing with De La Hoya, and there's been talks of De La Hoya like responding to questions about him fighting Canelo and how long he would last with Canelo. So that'll work in Canelo's favor. But like, dude, I don't want to be.
Hey, how about that? Canelo versus De La Hoya. If Canelo wins, he gets out of the contract.
Yeah, right. It's some straight
Why not?
WWE shit.
Yeah, why not?
Why? Well, you know what, Ryan? Let's put it on the poll and fucking let's make it
Yeah,
happen.
let's do it. Yeah, you have to knock your opponent out and then climb the pole. It's like
Well, that's the only way to do it, right? They got to be knocked
remember
out.
that WrestleMania 10 that we watched when it was Crush and Macho Man, and it was the last man standing, but you had to pin your opponent before he could be counted out or something like that. some weird and lame.
Dude, how real does this look, though?
Yeah,
This
seriously.
looks so real. Like McMahon he's a great actor. In Austin, he's just playing himself, a badass. He just beat the shit out of his boss.
And
Like,
the fact that like when you see like cops in the street when they're arresting someone, they don't just put them into the car and shut the door and drive off. Like they do talk to them with the door. Like this is it is a very realistic. I wonder if they actually sat down with the cops and tried to like figure out how to make it look as real as possible.
Yeah, because dude, I've been involved in like not myself, but I've seen it at bars. Like people get drunk and fucking anger takes over and they have to be held back like this. Like McMahon knows what he's doing. He's fucking pissed. He's making the faces, giving the finger, yelling. Austin's in handcuffs, so he's got a little bit easier. But
now, how come McMahon didn't get arrested for fighting back? Because he took some shots at Austin, so he should be also taken for questioning.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. No, they're gonna just start selling some gear now.
Well, they better sell as much gear as they can. They're kind of like selling this membership within the DX now.
Yeah.
Billy Gunn walked out with his fucking gear. And I don't know what they were saying, but I'm pretty sure it was due to the fact that he was pissed at Road Dogg when Road Dogg hit the other guy in the back with a chair when he was going to hit the Famouser.
I'm trying to figure out what would be happening around here because DX sticks around until the next WrestleMania when Triple H turns on X-Pac. I mean, China leaves. China betrays Triple H before that and joins the corporation, but I'm trying to figure out what the storyline is there with Billy Gunn, because they were fine the night before that pay-per-view that we watched.
Yeah, they were playing this. Yeah, right.
Yeah, they're just here's what you just missed.
It was that good though.
I love how like the he's driving this time and McMahon's like, get out there and stop him. He's like, get out there and jump in front of a moving vehicle for me. It's funny. I love it. Love it.
This is awesome shit, man.
Prime, man.
I like that Winged Eagle belt. I wouldn't mind getting one day. If I have a list, that's definitely on the list.
Yeah, that Winged Eagle one's sick. That's one like the Winged Eagle, the Intercontinental title.
I kind of want to get that first though, the Intercontinental. I'd rather get an Intercontinental.
This era's Intercontinental, Tag Team, and Championship. Like that Winged Eagle, that is like, to me, that's the trifecta of belts.
Yeah. And to be honest, that's some of the best belts throughout the, I guess, divisions.
I mean, if you think about anything, like when WCW at this time, they had the big gold, which is iconic, the US, which is iconic, but then their tag team belts weren't super great, Yeah,
they were really small, kind of weird.
ECW's titles were never, I think the ECW title was pretty popular, but then it was like Taz's FTW, the fake title, was more iconic than that.
Well, they brought it back in AEW.
Yeah. I can't think of a time when any company had three belts that were like as perfect as what WWF has right here.
Yeah, I wouldn't argue with you.
Their tag team and then their top two solo belts, like even their women's belt wasn't horrible back then. I mean, just the fact that it said woman's on it was kind of lame, but
the Oval Intercontinental hasn't been introduced yet, right? Or has it?
Yeah, I think The Rock has.
The
I think
Oval?
The Rock has. Yeah, I think The Rock has that one now. I think the one that like Bret Hart, Mr. Perfect, Austin, the one that they held. I think that one. The Rock might have. The Rock may have just given that one up to Triple H. Actually, I think The Rock was the last one to hold the classic Intercontinental. I think Triple H might have the Oval one. You might be right.
Yeah, Triple H is IC champion because we did not see an Intercontinental Championship match because he's hurt.
He won the ladder match at SummerSlam and hurt his knee.
So Rock probably wins it back and then. Oh no, but Rock is on.
Rock is.
He's up for the title.
He's on his solo run now. Because there's not going to be a champion for 2 months, right?
Is McMahon just going to be champion?
Well, because at Judgment Day, they're announcing right here for the audience that it's going to be Kane versus Undertaker. I'm pretty sure that's what they're going to announce here. But Judgment Day, it's going to be Kane versus Undertaker with Austin as the referee.
Because they didn't defend them, right?
Yeah. And then that leads to Survivor Series where there's still no champion, where The Rock wins his first title. So you go from September, October to the end of November with WWF has no champion. think think about a company right now going 2 months without a champion and crushing the ratings.
Yeah, right.
Like that seems unfathomable, right? But like this, it's the story, it's the writing.
Yeah, we all wanted Austin to get his title back. He
Yeah,
in our eyes, he was still champion. It was just a matter of him getting it back.
yeah, and that was and that's the I don't know if it's announced. It can't be announced here because Austin has been arrested, but it's Kane versus the Undertaker. Austin's the referee, and if Austin doesn't call the match down the middle, he gets fired. That's the story that's going to be put into place for the next month, leading into Judgment Day. Taker
What
with the
creative
eyebrow
at
piercing.
this time?
What's that?
What creative at this time, man?
So perfect. You'll never, and that's the thing. Like people say, like, "Oh, they need to bring back the Attitude Era, and they need to bring back this and that," and like, you'll never have the writing that they had like this again. You know?
They do have Pritchard now, man.
But I mean, as lame as he was, some of the ideas that Vince Russo brought, he like, and I think that they've talked about it on Pritchard show. Like Vince Russo may have thrown out like 20 ideas. One would stick to the wall, but then they would take that and just build off of it. So I mean, like if you have some guy saying like, "Hey, let's light a guy on fire," sounds stupid, but hey, we could do an Inferno match though. You know, like so, like he that's yeah, like and those are the gimmicks that you're just not gonna have.
Yeah, and they
Like you're not,
and people always say there's also a Vince filter as well, the Vince McMahon filter. And your McMahon gets caught giving the Undertaker the finger. Undertaker fucking punches him. And now he's attacking McMahon.
Kane just stands there. It took me forever to realize just how much Kane is like Mike Myers.
Yeah.
Just the way that he would just like stand there in silence and not say anything.
Oh yeah, now you remember what happens.
You know what this leads to, right?
Yeah.
Dr. Austin.
Yeah. The next week?
It has to be sometime in early October because he's having his knee destroyed now. Yeah, if it's not next Raw, it's the Raw after. But like, think about that, right? Within the 3-week time frame, you get. Actually, I can go further. Within a matter of like a month or so, you have the Zamboni, you have Dr. Austin, and then you have Austin holding McMahon hostage, where McMahon pees himself and Austin pulls the trigger, and it says, "This is like Bang 316." Like you get those 3 iconic moments in the matter of like a month and a half. Plus Austin getting arrested.
Yeah, good luck being that.
They're gonna shatter the ankle now
with those 300-pound stairs that are clearly hollow.
I love how it was those solid steel and like they're hollow.
How did they pull this one off?
No, you had to really break it.
Oh, okay. He hit the outside with the corner.
Yeah.
Look at McMahon shaking like he's having an orgasm. Is he coming?
No, it looks like he did when he was the first time he got the stunner. Like flopping around like a fish.
Dude, I think he's coming. Look at him.
Yeah. And he's arrived.
Nah. People have the floaties. They tapped Undertaker. Man, everyone with the heads. They were making money on merch, these guys.
So much. Did you hear the Honky Tonk Man episode?
I started it, but I haven't finished it.
Apparently, when Honky Tonk Man first debuted, because he was a babyface in his first match, McMahon wanted to sell for merchandise stick-on sideburns. Like McMahon, he's constantly trying to the money in his head just go.
Well, I like which I wish I had I was too young. I could never got it. The Hacksaw Jim Duggan,
Oh, the foam.
yeah, the foam, whatever.
I had the Austin finger. I think I had to mention that before.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah. Brought it to school for show and tell.
I had a bull's finger.
Oh yeah.
They got destroyed over years.
Yeah.
Yeah, Mankind's giving drink to McMahon as they're carrying him off.
Yeah, they're smart how they changed the camera angle, right?
I'm telling you, he's coming. Look at him.
He's like, we just made millions.
Yeah,
Oh,
exactly.
God. Giggity.
He's like, I can ruin the suit all I want. I'll buy millions more.
Yeah. The medical staff tonight's getting a workout, eh?
Mm-hmm.
I wonder if he's giving him a candy. Fucking Mankind. Oh man, that's amazing. McMahon and Dan Severn can just share an ambulance.
Yeah.
And it was
China.
still kind of masculine looking.
Yeah.
Hasn't gone under the knife just yet. In some ways, she has.
Testosterone, man. You can't be lifting and look like a female all day.
We got Farouk in the ring. Who's Farouk taking on?
Mark Henry. Mark Henry and her are feuding right now. Sorry, I'm getting my
Oh, that's right, because he wants to be with her.
Yeah. Something like that.
He's not sexual chocolate yet. That's why he can't have her. Look at him, like he's like, I love you still. I love you. She's like, get the fuck away. I love you.
Oh, she hits him in the back with a pipe. Boom. Damn, she got that pipe quick.
She's all with that pipe.
Ooh. Oh, yeah, and then she fucking puts her ass on his face.
Stink face.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, almost, pretty much. Do you smell what The Rock is cooking? What? But it's Mark Henry, and it was The Rock on the Titantron.
Oh, it's the Nation. Look at him. There. Never mind. He's got the. Looks like he has the honky tonk.
Yeah, I was about to say, like, did he get the fucking? Did he buy the honky tonk stick-ons? No, but The Rock had the same sideburns too. At the time, sideburns were in.
Well, so did Triple H when they did the Nation of Degeneration.
Yeah.
I love how they kicked for go to the Nation, but all he does is just change the color on his gear. Put some purple and red in there.
Well, it was his gimmick to begin with.
100%.
The first ever African American heavyweight champion.
Yeah. It's too bad he never got like a real solid singles run in WWE.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, he made his money with the Nation and with Bradshaw.
The APA, Acolyte Protection Agency. But yeah, no, he did get that one push in WCW, and that was about it.
And that was a lucky push too.
Yeah.
It wasn't even supposed to be. It was supposed to be Sting, and Sting was hurt or something, and they needed something because I think he was only champion for a month, also on top of everything else.
Yeah.
It was just hey,
Vader beat him for it.
We need a quick storyline until Sting gets better. You go fight, win the title, lose the title, and then we'll move forward with what we're gonna do.
So Jaina doesn't want to count for Mark Henry over here.
Bitch. Gotta call it down the middle.
Be professional. God damn it. Oh, low blow from China to Mark Henry as he was trying to gorilla press Farouk in 1, 2, 3.
Ah, what a fast count.
Yeah.
Should have done a slow count too. It didn't even move. That's awesome.
That was that.
Mark Henry just had his anniversary of winning the heavyweight title too. Not too long, last week sometime.
I wasn't watching when they did his push.
I wasn't either, but I went back and revisited it, and he's one of those guys. I liked him, but it took me a while to really appreciate everything he did. Because I never realized he was in the business for that long. Airborne Express, what the fuck?
You remember him lifting the car on SmackDown? Was it on SmackDown? That guy has a sign that says "I farted."
And now they put up Chris Benoit and the KKK members.
WWE said they were going to look into doing something to them, probably banning them for life.
Well, I like the idea of the virtual fans, but when you give fans a chance to do something like that, and this is the same with the NBA doing it. You're putting a lot of faith that the players aren't going to, or that the fans aren't going to be stupid. And there's always going to be that one idiot, right?
Mm-hmm.
Always. I gotta hope McMahon's okay.
European title match. X-Pac taking on.
Hello, ladies.
And the handicap match today, too. 2-on-3. Mankind, Shamrock, and The Rock taking on Kane and Undertaker, Brothers of Destruction.
That picture of The Rock looks like he just smelt his own shit.
He smelt what The Rock was
He
cooking.
smelled what The Rock was eating.
Yeah.
This is another guy. I wish that he didn't get too big for his britches back in the day, because he could have been really fun to have for the long run in WWF.
Mm-hmm.
But he wanted more money, and
and I heard he was on his own shit. Like, they'd be like, be here so we can do this, and then he'd get there super late or maybe not even show up. And then at meetings he'd be like, Why am I not getting a push? I deserve to be pushed. And it's like, dude, fuck you.
Well, and then he has like these bad promos. It's like, you got to work on your character too. It's not just shooting up steroids and working out, right? Like, oh yes, remember this? William Regal's debut's coming up.
The man's man.
He's a man.
See, so I already knew William Regal from WCW.
This was my introduction to him.
So when I saw this, I was like, what the hell?
Man. Oh, the Oddities.
This is Mosh and Thrasher, one of my favorite tag teams growing up.
Yeah, you know, looking at it.
Yo, it's your boys in the ring.
Yeah. Drozdov almost fits in with the Headbangers with his look.
Mm-hmm.
With that, the plaid pants. But there's Earthquake, R.I.P.
What's his name right now? Golga?
Golga.
Oh, poor dude. Like, this character doesn't even make sense. He wears a Cartman shirt, he wears sweatpants, and he's got a brown mask on.
Yeah, because the avalanche and the shark made a lot more sense.
Well, it made more sense than this.
Yeah.
What is
Earthquake was fantastic. Well, he's an oddity, so he has to wear the mask because you can't see his face. And they all dress weird because they're all from the circus.
Yeah, but what about the oddities?
It makes sense.
That's Mosh and Thrasher, but what about the oddities?
Yeah.
They're all dressed weird.
Yeah. Yeah, I do miss the Headbangers, man. Every time we watch a match with the Headbangers, I forgot how much fun they were.
I love the Headbangers, dude. Growing up, they were one of my favorite tag teams. When I tell people nowadays, they're like, "You remember the Headbangers?" I'm like, "Yeah, they were one of my favorite tag teams." They're like, "What?" I'm like, "I don't know why. I thought they were cool."
There's definitely pictures of you in face paint and a dress, isn't there?
I'll face paint now and get a plaid skirt.
Yeah.
Kilt.
Next week on Full Heel Podcast.
Hey, look, it's Chef on the outside.
Yeah.
1-05. Juggalo. Damn, Giant Carmen by Luna Vachon. What was she doing there?
She was a member of the Oddities. God, she's also... Man, there's 3 dead people in the ring right there.
Do you see dead people? Is that what you're saying?
The guy on the outside, I'm pretty sure, is dead. Golga's dead.
Here we go. These fucking clowns.
He's fucking... Literally.
Yeah, literally. These fucking clowns interfering and pulling, I don't know, Monster Thrasher's legs. No, they're running.
That was Thrasher.
Didn't one of these guys try to dropkick Fred Durst recently? From Limp Bizkit?
Yeah, I think I heard something about that. I'm not 100% sure.
It's The Rock. You shut your face when I'm talking to you, Ryan, all right? Do you smell what The Rock is cooking? Because I'm here to lay the smack down on your candy ass. I don't know what he's saying. I think he's saying something about Mankind. And
yeah, he beat the 2 guys in the ring last night. Yeah. And that was good. I look at him, I'm like, man, this guy had $7 in his bank account. Now he owns a football league.
Mm-hmm.
God
the
damn,
XFL.
eh?
And it wasn't doing bad before COVID.
No, it was doing fine.
And I had predicted that with gambling, it was probably going to do good now that people can gamble because they'll give a shit about it, especially if money's on the line.
I was listening to a show, and the guy was talking about it's a book that he had read, and it was like some cop. They were talking about banning gambling and stuff like that, and taking down casinos from way back in like the 60s and 70s, trying to like prevent shit from happening. And this guy and the cop goes was talking to whoever, and he goes, the guy told the cop it'll never happen. He goes, why? He goes, see those two raindrops falling down the window? You take away casinos and sports, and someone just bet on what raindrop hits the windowsill first.
That's true, though.
It is 100% true.
We have Terry sucking off Val over here. Look at him. He's clearly getting his cock sucked.
This was primetime television in 1998.
It's for kids, and look at that drill. Hello, ladies. Terry,
I feel like
Terry,
every time I watch a Val Venus promo or match, I feel like I need to call my parents and say like, why did you let me watch this again?
I feel like, every time I see it, I feel like I need to lock the door and put on my headphones and turn on some candles. It feels like I'm going to fucking beat off or something.
Or you watch
like I'm watching porn. Yeah, it's like I'm watching something I shouldn't be watching.
You watch this match and you go take a shower, you feel so filthy.
Yeah.
So we can pretty much guess that the Goldust, or he's not Goldust, sorry, the Preacher, Dustin Runnels, that he's going to be making an appearance.
For his wife, he's got to.
He has to, right?
Man, Terry's got that nice little body with the super fake tits.
Yeah. What?
They were almost exploding out of her fucking chest. Her skin was so stretched. Look at that. They're so
Yeah.
far apart on her chest. That's how you know. You could tell with her they're fake right away.
Oh, yeah. I love the, I think it was Shivani's podcast. They talked about Tom Zink and Brian Pillman and Terry Runnels. And apparently they had quite the fun evening that was for quite a while.
Oh, Terry. Didn't she blade herself during sex with New Jack?
Yeah,
color?
actually, that Crime and Sports podcast I listened to, they did a New Jack episode, and they do like an In Their Own Words segment throughout the show. And one of them was New Jack's talking about encounters with Terry Runnels, and I guess like he would fuck her on her period, and then she would just go down on him right after, like blood and all. It's like, God, Terry, come on.
She likes the taste of nickels, I guess.
She needs iron in her body.
With some bronze. Isn't that what they say blood tastes like?
I still love me some New Jack. I don't care.
I don't know. That guy's fucking crazy. I don't want people around me, or I don't want to be around them when they're like, I'll kill that motherfucker. And it's like, ha 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 ha. And then he's like, no, I'll kill that motherfucker. And I'm like, okay.
If I'm going to be in a street fight, I want him on my side. Because at least he's going to bring a shopping cart of weapons.
Like, he's definitely, that guy's insane. It's just he's been able to manage it somehow.
Well, he's gotten lucky a few times.
Yeah. And not so lucky other times when people fall on
Stabbing a guy in the hotel. In a wrestling match that was taking place in a hotel, he stabs a guy. And then the guy agreed to drop charges. In return, New Jack would train him how to wrestle.
Was this the 17-year-old kid?
No. This was years later. Yeah, he's in a wrestling match in a hotel lobby. And there's 12 people because it's a hotel lobby.
Yeah.
And he legitimately starts stabbing the guy. Cops come and arrest New Jack for like attempted murder and assault with a deadly weapon and everything. And the guy says, no, I don't want to press charges if he'll teach me, if he'll train me to wrestle. And New Jack says, sure, that sounds great. And then New Jack just bolted the city and just never went back. Thanks, buddy.
It's fucked up.
it's not in writing.
Like that mass transit incident. That's the one I was referring to. I think it
Yeah,
was in Philly.
yeah.
The 17-year-old kid said he was old enough to wrestle. He wasn't old enough to wrestle. He wasn't even a wrestler, but he wanted to wrestle.
His dad vouched for him.
Yeah, and someone fell out of the match or something. Dean Malenko or someone didn't come through that night and couldn't make it. So they're like, we need someone for the match. And they're like, you kid,
You go do it.
yeah, can you work? And he's like, yeah, whatever. So he decides to jump in there and he starts calling all these spots. And New Jack's like, yeah, whatever, fuckface. You don't get to call fucking spots.
Yeah.
You're new. You're new meat. I call the spots. So the kid's calling spots, and New Jack's whatever.
Stiff.
And then he calls. He's like, "Hey, can you give me color?" And they say,
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, they said he needs to blade.
Yeah.
He said, I've never done it before.
"Yeah." He's like, "Can you blade me? I've never done it before." But the rule is, it's not a rule. It's just a thing that they say is, if you don't really know the guy, you should blade yourself.
Yeah.
And New Jack's like, all right, you want me to blade you? So he cut him from side to side of the forehead. Literally, like,
Just almost like face off.
yeah. And the kid's, like, bleeding out of his forehead nastily. And the ambulance comes, takes him away. And nothing happens to New Jack. Damn, fucking China just shoved the shit out of Terry.
Whoa. Throwback to 1996 with Triple H and Goldust. Or 97. Ooh. I forgot. I was like, why is she helping out going after Val? I'm like, oh, yeah, it's right, DX.
Poor Terry's like, help him.
Yeah.
China and X-Pac are beating the fuck out of Val.
Look at this guy right here. He's like, I can't believe this is happening right in front of me.
I can't believe that in 22 years we're going to be able to sit at our house and be front row at Raw.
Yeah. This guy's now mocking Val Venus. You got beat up by a woman.
Have you tried signing up for that yet? For the Raw and SmackDown Thunderdome?
Nah, the Thunderdome? No, I haven't tried it yet. I've heard that it, like, I guess it's only like a period of time that you can do it. Like it opens and closes. Kind of like buying concert tickets. You just kind of got to stand there and wait. Now. And I missed it. You're still the champ in my eyes, Val.
Look at Terry. Grabbing ass and everything.
Yeah. Oh, shit. Shattered Dreams production.
24 Karat Pictures presents a Shattered Dream production.
Shattered Dreams is... does Val Venis become the first person to take the Shattered Dreams?
The kick to the nuts?
Yeah.
The kick to the turnbuckle?
Yeah. He has to be. Because he brought it back around for this era.
We can do it all day.
They're fucking with him.
Oof. The gold glitter. But not everything that glitters is gold.
Oh. What the hell? Val Venis is... I love how Vader, the American's like, what the fuck? After his match, Val Venis, the Canadian's like, what the hell?
Mankind.
Mankind playing with the wires.
He was giving McMahon fucking candy and shit earlier.
Yeah, that's hilarious.
Soda.
Mick Foley's the fucking man.
Oh, he's gonna be doctor, right? And then he's gonna be like, "Get the hell out of here!" And
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, doesn't he like bring in a clown to help cheer him up too?
Yeah. Uh huh.
Oh God, man. I think Mankind at this time he's forgotten about because he had that like deranged one when he was feuding with Undertaker that everyone remembers, and then there's the Mankind as the champion that everyone remembers, but then there's this weird middle period that people don't remember as much, where he's much more comedy than anything else.
Mm-hmm.
and it was so fucking good.
Yeah, right now he's pretty comedy. Look at his haircut too.
Yeah, he's almost kind of got a mullet working, but not quite.
In the wrong spot. He didn't do it from like the front to the back. He did from like the
Yeah, he did
side
like
to
upwards.
yeah.
Here we go. Time for the danger. The world's most dangerous man.
How many steroids do you think this guy was on?
Um,
Oh my god, he's gonna
all of them.
explode, dude. Look
All
at
of
him.
them. I will say though, it's still not as disturbing as the Bulldog's arms.
Yeah.
When the Bulldog did those pose downs, man, whew,
This is where I'm working on my glamour muscles, just chest, arms.
yeah, yeah. Little chicken legs.
I did run 2 miles the other day.
Did you?
Yeah. Went to McKinley. I live right by the park and I ran. I looped it twice. My fucking legs were killing me for like a week.
I just work stupid hours nonstop.
That's the restaurants though. I remember dude having to close. I hated it so much.
I don't mind it. Gets me out of the house.
Because like the guy at Dunkin' Donuts,
They're a tag team and they're fighting already.
yeah, they start off by fighting. The guy at Dunkin' Donuts, he's like, he doesn't know my schedule, and I'll go get coffees at random times, and he's like, "You're going to work right now?" I'm like, I don't want to be like, dude, I have a set schedule, right? Morning to fucking this time.
Yeah.
Stop asking me.
Never mind, man. In the last 2 months, I've lost 40 pounds from working in kitchens.
Damn.
Yeah. It's a combination of like I'm walking a lot farther to work now, so I'm getting a good walk in twice a day, and I'm not eating as much because I'm at work. I'm in the heat. I'm looking trim. Had to get new pants soon.
Nice. That's what's up.
Yeah. Either that, or I'm just gonna invest in sweatpants, and they just always tie the string.
You're gonna need jeans, Ryan. I tried the sweatpants thing. It doesn't work. Chicks don't dig this shit.
Oh, if you're not packing heat, they.
What? Are you gonna wear gray sweatpants all day?
You've seen George Costanza, right? He made it work. I love this. The three guys in the tag team just beat the shit out of each other. This is great.
Yeah, it's supposed to be a handicap match against the Brothers of Destruction. They're beating the shit out of each other. Come on. At this time, he didn't have Sacco, right?
Yeah, I think he did.
Oh, okay.
Because I think. Oh, you know what? I think Sacco makes his debut in the hospital.
Okay.
Because his fingers are taped up right here that he used to use the mandible claw for. I think you're right. Because I remember Mr. Sacco was definitely in the hospital, but that might be the debut. I think he's trying to cheer up Mr. McMahon. He's like, it's Mr. Sacco.
Totally forgot this was a handicap match, even though I just mentioned it because they're already beating the shit out of each other. I'm like,
Yeah.
I'm like, whose music is playing?
Yeah.
I'm like, The Rock, fucking Mankind, and Kane or Ken Shamrock already in there. I'm like, oh yeah, they're fighting for no reason.
I love this Taker too.
It was the first time they come out together. So I was telling you I bought an Undertaker Elite for my display.
Yeah, that's right.
I got the Taker right after this, when he becomes
Administrative Taker.
the Ministry Taker. Yeah. Comes with cape and shoulder pads and everything.
Yeah, that's the WrestleMania 15 Taker. I love that Taker.
What does he face at 15?
Big Boss Man, Hell in a Cell. Where he hangs him at the end. Yeah. They're like, fuck this.
The Rock, yeah, where The Rock went to attack fucking Ken Shamrock anyway.
It's just going to be a 3-on-1 at this point, or a 2-on-1 right now. That's all they're going to have.
Mm-hmm. They're going to beat the shit out of two guys, focus on one.
And remember, The Rock's got that number one contender because he won, but he's going to get passed over, I think, because there's no champion. The gold glitter's still over the ground.
Gold dust.
Vince is like, shit, we didn't think that one through.
For real, dude. Nowadays, it's the red Solo Cups.
Yeah.
Vintage Undertaker.
I love how this move never had a name
Yeah, right?
until he became the American Badass and stopped doing it. And then when he started doing it when he came back as the Taker again, it was just old school,
Yeah.
which is like the weirdest name for a move because he was just going old school. You hear the Taker's plans if he ever comes back for a one-off?
I think I read him, but I can't remember.
He said if he ever comes back for any reason, it'll just be the badass character. It won't be the Undertaker anymore. So I'm guessing like probably that combination that we saw at WrestleMania,
Mm-hmm.
which is I'm down with that.
Well, yeah, that I personally don't want to see him back. He's too old, too beat
Yeah.
up.
Unless they have a good faction where he can like be in it in like a non-competitive way.
Mm-hmm.
But we'll see. Yeah, we were talking about it briefly earlier, but I'm stoked for that Intercontinental title match this Sunday. AJ and Jeff and
Is it this
Sami
weekend?
Zayn. Yeah, 27th. I think we discussed that last week because I got my days mixed up. I thought it was last Sunday, but
Yeah, and I'm like, it's 2 weeks. So yeah,
Yeah.
it is this week.
yeah, the Intercontinental match is gonna be fantastic.
And there's 2 belts
Yeah,
on the line.
doing WrestleMania 10.
Mm-hmm.
Mankind trying to tag in Shamrock. Oh, I love it. I love it.
You know, Shamrock turns on Mankind.
He's like, to the Rock's like, fine, I'll fight the Undertaker. If nothing else, this is entertaining, eh? Like,
Yeah. It's like these guys can't get a hold of themselves to beat these 2 guys. And once they do start winning or getting some offense going, they turn on each other again.
yeah.
Like the Three Stooges. Woo, 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 woo.
Yeah, you know what? That's a perfect way to look at it, right? 1 step forward, 3 steps back.
Yeah.
That was a nice kick by Taker. It was a different move for him.
Definitely never seen him do it after this.
Or before, yeah. I think he tried it. He's like, nah, no. Ken and Undertaker teaming up perfectly here. It's almost like they're brothers.
Nice clothesline by Kane.
Yeah, this is like it's when we do these shows and like like last week going back and watching that pay-per-view and now seeing this Raw, like going back to this era and just seeing all these guys that I grew up watching, like 'cause when we were doing that that In Your House run, that was I was a touch too young to really remember a lot of that stuff, but this era right here is just like prime for me.
Yeah, dude, I was 10 years old. Very impressionable.
Yeah. This was I would have just started grade 8 at this point. Just fucking
Smashing puss.
my grade 8 teacher pissed me off. I threatened to stun him.
Like smoke with him and get him stoned.
Yeah. The amount of times I had to have a teacher tell me, Ryan, wrestling isn't real. You can't solve your problems with it.
You'd
That was
have a
actually
wrestling
good.
promotion.
Nice move by Mankind, that somersault thing that he did on Kane there a moment ago.
Keep it fresh, keep it spicy.
Yeah. I'm surprised he's able to do that flip.
Yeah.
Could have went really bad for him.
And he's oddly shaped.
Yeah. No, Mankind's just gonna get the shit kicked out of him now for a little. I love how too, like Rock and Shamrock are more concerned with fighting each other than trying to help Mankind out. Mankind's getting handicapped over here. No one's doing anything. Shamrock and Rock are arguing with each other.
He's fine.
Yeah. Like, I can't really tell why if Man has his hair pulled, why he would stand or like lay there and like, try to keep himself in that position. Holy. Kane going to the top. That's the other thing too. Like Kane, man, for a guy that big, man, he could fly.
And like we say big, but he's thick too. He's fat.
Yeah.
Like not fat, but like he's got some body weight on him. Like not just
Yeah,
muscle. Like he's muscular and big, but he's got some fat on him too.
Yeah. Yeah, he's not jacked.
Mhm.
Yeah, you know. And when you see like it's not even jumping off the top rope, but it's the height that he gets when he jumps, right? Like he can.
Well, dude, even being able to carry that fucking massive body,
Yeah.
and do those things that you're able to do agilely, it's quite impressive.
It's like when you see Undertaker going over the top rope. It's like you look at him, you're like, how? Like, you know, you see him do it all the time. You're like, I still don't understand how he can do it that big. Like, you see Rey Mysterio, and like, yeah, it makes sense. He's smaller.
Mm-hmm.
Taker's 325, 330, and goes over the top rope like he's a cruiserweight.
That's why he's the Undertaker.
Yeah.
Boom! Nice clothesline on Mankind.
Oof. I thought we were gonna get that flying close-in that he does.
Yeah, right. Don't know. He kind of like jumps over.
Yeah, instead he just trucked right through him.
Maybe he wasn't doing it a lot this time. It became signature. Damn, Mankind falls right out of the ring from the headbutt.
Man, oh man. Right into the stairs time.
Solid steel stairs.
They're just working on Mankind right now, eh? They're just.
Yeah, how long has it been? It's been more than like at least half of the match.
Oh, I'm surprised they haven't cut this off the network.
Him getting hung by the cable from Undertaker.
Like normally whenever they have anyone getting strangled, like with a tie, with a rope, with anything, they cut it from the network. Oh, here we go.
That still sucked, but it was skimming off, but still concussive.
Trying to protect Mankind.
Yeah.
Kane's like, I know what's gonna happen in a few months' time. I'm just gonna go easy on him.
Yeah. So they took off a bunch of Bret Hart stuff from the network, right?
Did they?
Well, yeah. You didn't hear it about that?
I don't think so.
But I don't think it's matches. So I think what happened was some Stampede stuff came into question, and I think Bret bought Stampede stuff from his dad, so he owns the right to the Stampede footage. And I think WWE doesn't want to pay for it anymore, so they're just not using some of like documentaries and stuff.
I think we might have talked about that. I'm not sure. It kind of sounds familiar now that stuff is taken down, but I don't know exactly what.
Yeah, I'm not exactly too sure what it was, but I think it's like documentaries and like specials.
Okay.
Pretty sure they own the matches, and it's probably some matches too from Stampede itself.
Yeah, like Bret could have probably owned like like you said, like a certain event or a certain something or other, or he was just like he bought it off his dad and just they didn't realize it, or it could have even just been like left to him.
Mm-hmm. And WWE was paying, and maybe they just don't want to anymore.
Yeah.
Who knows?
Well, that's the thing with the network, right? Like, they can take things off, put things back on whenever they feel like it, if they really want to.
Yeah, with so much content, and I was paying them $10. They're like, "Fuck you guys! You guys get pay-per-views for fucking monthly. Shut up and eat it."
I just actually subscribed to the Fight Pass for UFC. It filled up some time too. Not too bad. I'm going back and watching a bunch of old Toughs right now, and some old pay-per-views.
I've been doing more research on fights too because, well, fight companions. So I'll go back and I'll watch. So I've been taking advantage of the apps. That's why I got rid of the Zone. I'm like, I'm not even using this shit, and I'm like, I'll get the network for the guys with that the Zone money.
Yeah, and that's it. Like with the because the UFC, like there was like a good 10-year period where I wasn't watching it up until probably like 2008. So I'm going back and I've seen like the iconic fights, but now I'm going back to seeing the other fights. Rock
Scoop slam.
He's like a bull in a china shop. Here comes
the most electrifying move in sports entertainment.
The corporate elbow. In a weird show of unity, the tag teams are actually teaming up here.
Yeah. It's not like if they won, they were getting a championship match.
No, yeah.
The Rock's not losing his number one contendership either. They're just fighting because they don't like him.
It's kind of funny too because like at the breakdown pay-per-view, they showed Kane the Undertaker beating all three of those guys separately. Then these guys get put into a triple threat match. And then they get put into a tag team. Like they're really working the Shamrock, Mankind Rock angle as well. Like, and that's another thing with the creative storylines, right? Like the storylines on Kane and Undertaker have their own storyline. Rock, Mankind, and Shamrock have their own storyline, but they're intertwining them for the sake of building those stories.
Was Russo writing at this time?
I think so.
Because Russo's known to have, which is a good thing, he had something for everybody.
If anyone hasn't seen it, the Attitude Era documentary from about 8-9 years ago now, I highly recommend going and checking it out. As they talk about a lot of things, like everything from the sets to the characters, to the stories, to the music, everything. It's a fantastic documentary. And they talk about how everyone had their own story, and the stories could intertwine easily. There you go. He's saying this is it. Like now, the Rock's no more contender. Now he just beat a guy that's gonna be fighting for the title. So it continues to build up the Rock he's not destroying anything, right?
God damn.
Chokeslam Kane. Yeah, now they're gonna fight because hey, what the fuck?
Yeah,
you don't have my back now.
You saw he pinned me and you didn't do shit. Kane's like, I was outside, bro.
No, he can't talk. Remember, he's burned. He just pointed. Yeah.
And that's how you write an episode of Raw.
And that's the perfect ending. Because now there's no need to have them fighting in the ring, right? Because now then if they start fighting now, then it's just like it's anticipated. Here you leave them wanting more.
Yep.
So now next Monday, because there's no SmackDown, so now we're sitting here like, fuck, I got 7 days. I got to wait to see what's going to happen next.
Mm-hmm. We want that resolution.
Yeah.
Ryan, thanks a lot for joining me and watching Raw. It was a blast. I love doing these with you.
Yeah.
It was a fun episode. If you got time.
I think the next one is the bedpan, and if it is, I would be more than happy to join you in watching.
Cool.
Dr. Austin next week.
All right. I think that's a plan. Then, if you got time, we can jump on and watch another episode of Raw and talk shit about these guys, about old school wrestling, and remember 666 Dan Severn and old school Triple H.
Yeah. And how everybody needed head.
Yeah, everyone needed head.
Juggalos were running rampant.
Oh my god, that's embarrassing.
You know, of all the things that we saw today, it was the Juggalos that were the most disappointing.
Yeah, to be honest, yes.
And they weren't even really part of WWE. They were just kind of brought in because I guess that they were popular at the time.
Well, they were in both promotions, WCW and WWE at one point.
Yeah, that's right. I forgot about that. They were with Vampiro, weren't they?
Yeah, something like that. Ryan, thanks for joining me.
On that note.
Yeah, where can these people find you?
Instagram, r.demps.16. Same as Twitter. Not overly active. If I'm on Facebook, add me if you want. We can talk wrestling. Trying to get a little bit more active again in the Full Heel group. I've been quiet lately, but things come up in life. Working tons, but
busy.
Yeah, but yeah, if anyone out there wants to talk old school wrestling, I'm always down to shoot the breeze on it. Hit me up, and we can go from there.
All right. Thanks a lot, Ryan. Please, everyone, go subscribe to the podcast. Smash that like button. Drop your comments. And
Smash the like Costa's gonna smash Edison. Yay!
whoa.
Whoa! What? No.
Yeah. We'll see you guys next week, or we'll see you guys actually Saturday for a Fight Companion. Costa, Adesanya, the return of the jobber. We'll see you guys next week.